Welcome to Marigold Consult Business Template in Excel demonstration. This demonstration shows you how to manage your account receivables. Please note that the same video can also be used for account payables since they have the same principles. Account receivables management has become a bit complex, especially for companies who have more customers that they sell to on credit, and how to manage such processes are sometimes cumbersome. And so I'm going to show you how you will use this template to track the sales you make to your customers on credit and how to receive payment from them, and then also to track their balances at all times. This template has basically three sheets. The first sheet is the data sheet. The data sheet has the customer code, the customer name, and then the current year. Of course, you can also keep other details of your customers in the other columns. The second sheet is the sales and payment entry, where you enter all your sales to your customers and the payment that they also make in this particular sheet, and you would see their balances and other details as I will be demonstrating. The last sheet has to do with the statement, where you would want to generate the statement for your customers. So I'll go back to the data sheet and begin to enter some data for you to see. Now I will type any code at all. And again, remember that we have a special template for generating codes. So if you subscribe and you would want that to be added for you, you can let us know. We would add it free of charge. So I will have a code like EPP 4545. Then I'll have a company name like Blue Company. Then the second name, for example, will be CPC 1110. I'll say Red Company Limited. And then maybe the last one, KKC 7000. Then I'll have a name like KKC Enterprise. Okay, my current year is 2021. So that is the current year. And so having entered this data, I can now begin to use the sales and payment entry. Now, with this particular section, you have the customer code in this column, then the customer name. Once you select the customer code which you have entered in the data sheet, you will be able to see the names here. All right, so these were the codes that I entered in the data sheet here, as you can see them here. So these codes will also be shown when you drop down the filter under the customer code. All right, now the customer name will show automatically. In this section, you have the opening balances. So as you start using the template, you bring all the balances of your customers forward. So you keep the date here and the balances here. Now you will have the cumulative figures here. So the total debt will show here, the total paid will show, and then the balances outstanding will also show in this column. Here you have three columns for sales that you make to such customers. It is just for this demonstration. They can be increased to cover more sales at all times. And so for the first sale, you have the date and amount. The second sale, same date and amount, and the same thing applies to the third sale. Now let's move to the right. And here you have the first payment, which has the date, receipt number or comment, and then the amount paid. The same thing also applies to the second payment. Then you have the third payment up to the last payment, which is the 12th payment. Again, we can also increase the number of payments to any number that you want. I will scroll to the left. Now, I will start by just entering some data. So I'll drop down and get a first customer. The date, let's assume that for a start, I'm beginning from 1st of January 2021. The balance that Blue Company has as I start using the system is, let's say, 50,000. Okay, so the moment I enter, you see that the total figures will also appear up here. Now let's go for the second customer. And quickly the name will also pop up. Let's say the same date. Red Company also had 60,000. And then the third company will also have a balance. On the same day, I can copy and paste. Now let's say 5,000 just for these three customers. So the total debt comes to 115,000. Nothing has been paid. Let's assume that some sales were made to some of these customers. So I'm going to keep the first sale here. So let's say 1st of February of 21, an amount of 40,000 was sold to this customer. Now the second sale also happened on, let's say, 1st of March of 21, and that amount, let's say 50,000. The third one we assume happened on, let's say, 1st of November of 21, which is around 60,000. So these are the sales that were made to these customers. Let's have another sale for the rest of the customers. Let's say for Red Company, the first sale happened on the 5th of May of 21. So probably we also sold to him, let's say, 70,000. The second sale also happened on, let's say, 1st of July of 21. We assume it's 20,000. All right, so these are the figures for these companies. We assume that KKC Enterprise did not buy anything from us. Let's go to receive some payment, and I'm going to run very fast here. For the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to enter all the payment for Blue Company so that you see how the statement will also look like. So the first payment we assume came through 1st of January 21. I'll type any number at all as the receipt number. Let's say receipt number CP, and then I'll enter the amount. Let's say he paid 10,000. Now the second payment also happened on 1st of February of 21. CP, the number at all, let's say 20,000. The third one also happened on the 1st of March 21. I'm going to run quite fast. Let's say 30,000. And then the other one happened on April 21, CP. And then let's say 5,000. Then the subsequent one, 1st of May of 21, 6,000. Now the next one, 21. Okay, let's say 7,000. Then the next one, 1st of July of 21, CP. Let's assume he did 9,000 here. Then the next payment also came through, let's say 21st of August of 21. Any date at all will be accepted. So I'll keep the receipt number also here. Then we assume he paid 3,000. Then 1st of September of 21, receipt number entered, payment of 20,000 again. Now the next one happened on, let's say, 4th of October of 21. The receipt number entered, an amount of 40,000 was paid. The next one, let's say 25th of November of 21, receipt number entered, then payment of, let's say, 4,000 was made. Now let's say 1st of December of 21, receipt number was made, and the payment of, let's say, 1,000 was also made. So you can see that as I kept entering the figures, the cumulative figures were also being computed. So the total debt, which is made up of the opening balance plus the sales, and let me scroll to the left. So these were the total sales, but for Blue Company we have 40,000, 15,000, and then 60,000. Added to the 50,000 gives you 165. But the total payment that has been made to date is 155,000, leaving a balance of 10,000. Let's assume that Red Company also made some payments over the year. Let's say 24th of January of 21, he made payment with a receipt number. Then the amount is entered, 30,000. Let's say only one payment was made. Now he had an opening balance of 60,000 and then a sale of 70,000 plus 20,000, giving a total debt of 150,000. only 30,000 has been paid, and then you have 120,000 being outstanding. If you look up here, you have the total in each column also given. So the total balance brought forward was 115,000 with a total debt of 320,000. So far, 185,000 has been paid, leaving a balance of 135,000 outstanding. Now let's go to the statement. When you come to the statement, all you need to do is to filter the name of the company here, and you see the statement will drop. So let's get the first company. I'll scroll up, and then I'll get Blue Company. And immediately you see that Blue Company statement will drop. You have the date in this column, the sales here, the payment, and then the balance. So the opening balance was 50,000. Now coming through, you realize that here it was increasing and then it started dropping up to 10,000. And when we go back to check his balance here, it is 10,000. Let's go back and get another company again. And you see that this will be Red Company statement. The opening balance was 60,000. He bought on 2 occasions, 70,000 on the 5th of May 2021 and then 20,000 on this date, giving 150,000 as the balance. Right from there, only one payment came through, which was 30,000, leaving a balance of 120,000. And that is the balance as at the end of the period. And so with this, you would have the opportunity to print this statement anytime you want. For example, press your Control P and you see how the setup will appear. You can take off this dash or the repeated figures. All right, so I'll press my escape key to go back. To remove the dashes and then the repeated figures, just filter in this column and then check out the dash and click OK. You realize that you would have a concise statement. Now press your Control P again and you'll be good to print it out. I'll press the escape key once more. Now let me drop this filter and again get the first company, which is Blue Company. With this also, you press your Control P and you see how it will appear, and you can go ahead and hit your print command for it to get printed nicely for you. So this is the end of this demonstration. A very good template that will manage your receivables and payables as well. Thank you very much. See you again. Bye-bye.